Hi, I'd like to talk to you about eating healthy. As a physician, many people ask us, doctor, how do we stay healthy? So, one of the number one things that we have to do to stay healthy is to eat healthy because what you put into your body is what's going to give you your health or ruin your health, either way, right? So, when we talk about eating healthy, there are few things we should look at. Nowadays, there is a lot of information on the internet. There are a lot of fad diets. So people get confused. There's just too much information. So they are always doing different things to try and stay healthy. But let me just tell you, if you are parents and you have little kids at home, and or you are looking after older parents at home, everybody eats the same kind of healthy food. That would be the first step towards getting healthy. So let's start with the number one healthy food that you should be eating a lot of, which is vegetables. Every meal try to focus on eating some vegetable. If you can have half a plate of vegetables, that's just amazing. So any type of vegetable is good for you. Different varieties of vegetable is better than eating one type of vegetable all the time. People talk about having a rainbow on your plate, meaning the different colors of the vegetables. So eat a lot of vegetables as much as you wish. Number two is, what about the starch? That's a big question that everyone asks about eating healthy. So, starch is carbohydrate, the rice, the rotis, the bread, the pasta, all of those are carbohydrates. They are essential for you to give you energy, but you don't need a lot of it. What you need to do is see what is the activity that you do. If you are someone who works very hard, carrying things, walking a lot, running a lot, moving a lot, then you might need a lot more carbohydrate to keep you energized. But if you are someone who is at home, looking after the home, or you work in an office where you are mostly seated, then you don't have to spend a lot of energy, physical energy, doing your work, so you don't need to take a lot of carbohydrates. So you can adjust the amount of carbohydrate according to your activity level. And when you eat carbohydrates, try to focus on carbohydrates that are whole grain, meaning it is not fully refined. So compared to a red rice is better than white rice, or atta flour is better than roti flour because they are not fully refined. So that is point number two. And the other thing about eating healthy is to add a bit of protein in your diet. Protein comes from there is meat from comes from meat, eggs, dairy, as well as vegetable proteins like soya and legumes and nuts and seeds. So when you eat protein, it makes you full, and it also gives you different kinds of nutrition. It helps build your muscles, improves your immunity. So adding protein to your diet is very important. So it keeps you full also. So our Sri Lankan diet, sometimes we are not having enough protein. So we already spoke about eating more vegetables, eating more whole grain carbohydrates, and eating proteins. So what else should we be adding to our healthy diet? The other important thing to add to your healthy diet is water. Drink a lot of water. And something to take away from our diet is the sweets or sugary beverages and sugar added food. We should try and keep those to the bare minimum. A normal adult should only consume or should not consume more than 6 teaspoons of sugar, added sugar, in their daily life. So if you think about it, that amount of sugar will come in your natural fruit and fruits. So try not to add sugar into all your food and drinks. The other thing that you should be careful about is the amount of salt that you take. A normal adult should not take more than 1 teaspoon of salt for a day. Try and avoid using too much of these two items, sugar and salt.